Holocaust Memories, Never Forget. A Gentile baby boomer's painful journey into the Shoah. Section 5, Deutschland Uber Alles. Part 2, from the 1st of January 1941 to the 31st of December 1942. By the beginning of 1941, Hitler was in total control of Poland and Western Europe and had his eyes set on invading Russia in the spring, but several other issues had to be dealt with before such an invasion could take place. Number one, he needed to get control of the politically unstable Balkans while at the same time protecting his primary source of oil and gasoline in Ploiești, Romania. Number two, he had to deal with Italy's failed invasion of Egypt and Mussolini's plea for German troops to complete the seizure of the Suez Canal from hard-fighting British and Free French troops. Number three, he wanted to make sure that enemy naval and ground forces wouldn't be able to take the seaport of Narvik, Norway, where his main source of iron ore was loaded onto German freighters. It's important to note that this iron ore was actually mined in neutral Sweden, then transported by rail to Narvik over the mountains. And number four, because there were no fully operational extermination camps in Poland at the moment, he was desperate to find new and more efficient methods of ridding himself of several million more Jews and an unknown number of Russian prisoners of war who would soon be under his control following the invasion of the Soviet Union. Here are some other Holocaust-related events that took place in early 1941. In the month of January, brutal anti-Jewish riots broke out in Romania, during which Jews were attacked in their businesses, homes, and in the streets by civilians, as well as by the quasi-military Iron Guard Legion, a brutal anti-Semitic group. Among the 2,000 or more Romanian Jews killed in the riots, some were taken to a slaughterhouse, had their throats slit with the knives used by Jewish butchers, then hung upside down beneath signs that had been painted with the words, "kosher meat." On the 10th of January in Holland, Dutch Jews were forced to register with Nazi officials. Shortly after this, some angry Jews killed a local Nazi sympathizer, and 430 were arrested and deported to labor camps in the east. Between the 21st and 22nd of January, Bulgaria passed the Law for the Defense of the Nation, after which Jews lost their civil service jobs, Jewish lawyers and doctors were prohibited from working, and a special tax was levied against all of their shops and businesses. Despite several 100,000 Jews already starving to death in the Warsaw Ghetto, the Germans forced even more Polish Jews inside. Adolf Eichmann was appointed head of the Department of Jewish Affairs under the control of Reinhard Heydrich, commander of the RSHA, the Reich Main Security Office. SS Director Himmler visited Auschwitz and ordered Commander Rudolf Hess to begin a major expansion of Camp No. 2, called Auschwitz II-Birkenau, which would eventually hold up to 100,000 or more prisoners. In March, ghettos were established in Krakow and several other Polish cities. On the 7th of March, thousands of German Jews were put into labor battalions and sent to Silesia to work in the mines, metallurgical factories, and clothing manufacturers. On the 30th of March, General Erwin Rommel arrived in North Africa to command the Afrika Korps. During April, ghettos were established in Kelch, Radom, and Czestochowa. Natzweiler Struthof concentration camp was opened in France.